Okay, final day 3 of our little trip down to Italy to collect the Mirage 350 and PA46-350 and take it back to Gloucester for some maintenance. So we're here in Rome Urbe airport and it's about 8:30 in the morning. It's quite warm already actually, so we're going to get the aircraft checked out, then head up to Schwäbisch in Germany to pick up some fuel, and then from there across to Gloucester. So beautiful day, looking forward to flying. So we're just climbing through 2,200 feet up to 2,500 feet, speaking to Rome, waiting for our IFR pickup so that we can climb hopefully up to flight level 220 and up towards Schwäbisch. Okay, so it took us a little bit of time to get our clearance. We were sort of down low level. We did step up a little bit on the way out northbound from Rome, but took a bit of time. We're now climbing to flight level 180 en route, but still no real official clearance as such. We've just been told to climb to flight level 180 and route towards our next waypoint, but we're in a controlled airspace now, and we can assume then that we've got our clearance and we're on our way. So we're going to take the opportunity now just to do a VOR check on the aircraft. It is within date, but we're going to do one anyway so that we've got ourselves all sorted. So we've got 2 VOR frequencies. So we've got the Perugia VOR in there on nav 1 and on nav 2. And then what we've done here is we've actually selected up the 2 bearing pointers on nav 1 and nav 2 as well to make sure that they're reading the same, and they are. You can see right there that they're overlapping themselves, so therefore there's basically 0 error.
What is our radio here?
The radial? Yeah, so if you look there, the radial is going to be the tail of the needle.
Yeah.
So that's going to be about 220 degrees. Yeah. So the date is going to be today's date. The position is going to be the Perugia 109.4 VOR frequency on the 220 degree radial. Then we can sign it, and then we've got ourselves another 30-day VOR check done. So we're quite happily settled in the cruise. We're at 22,000 feet, or flight level 220. Just coming over the Alps actually. It's really nice. We've got about an hour to run now to Schwäbisch, and we just got the mountains down below us, coming over the Alps. So we're just leaving Italy behind us, and a little bit of the geography around here. So Italy's behind us, Germany's in front of us, Austria is off to our right or out to the east, and then off to the left over there, just on the other side of the mountains, we've got Liechtenstein, and we also have Switzerland. So right in the corner of everything at the moment as we cruise heading up towards Germany for our fueling stop. Descending now into Schwäbisch. We've now left flight level 220 and we're on our way down to flight level 80. Still pretty clear outside, a little bit of a lower level cloud, but it's sort of 3,000 feet, scattered 2,500 feet, but we're all set up. We've got our ILS for runway 28. The controller has actually routed us direct to the final approach fix, which is not necessarily always the best thing to do, but we're going to keep an eye on it to make sure that the aircraft does actually do its intercept, because we are intercepting at probably about a 30-45 degree angle, something like that. So I'm just going to make sure that when we do actually intercept that it does switch over and also give us the ILS so that we can get down the glide slope as well. So not too keen on going direct to the final approach fix, but we'll work it out.
Say again, November for Lima Bravo.
November Lima Bravo, stop descent flight level 100.
Stop descending flight level 100, November for Lima Bravo.
November Lima Bravo, contact Stuttgart 125.050.
Contact Stuttgart 125050, November for Lima Bravo. Stuttgart, November 464 Lima Bravo at flight level 185, descending to flight level 100, direct to Ezuva, November 4 Lima Bravo.
November 464 Lima Bravo, hello, identified.
Fantastic, very chilled out. We've got a stop our descent slightly earlier. Might have something going underneath us or something, so stopped us that. But yeah, we're all set up. We've got our communications in now. We just switched the radios over to Stuttgart. Got the ILS frequency loaded in. Got the ILS loaded in. We're descending down. Looking good.
18805 Pancras 5706, cheers. Foxtrot Total Juliet, Foxtrot.
So fortunately the controller has given us a 10 degree turn to the right, so we were discussing about not wanting to go to the initial final approach fix directly, but they've given us a 10 degree turn to the right, but want us to come down pretty quickly now. We can see our arc, but you know, the thing is with the Malibus and the piston engines, coming down pretty quickly is quite difficult sometimes, especially if you want to keep a little bit of heat in the engine, and we can see here that we're trying to keep a little bit of temperature in the engine. So of our speed brakes. So our speed brakes have popped out and they're just dumping a bit of the lift off the top of the wing there, and it's helping us to come down. So what that means is that we can come down at a higher rate of descent but maintain the speed, which is on the edge of the yellow at the moment, but it's actually very, very smooth. And what we can now do as well is we can activate vectors to finals, because he's giving us a turn, and hopefully that will give us an intercept onto the ILS. There we go, perfect. So we've activated vectors to finals. We've now got our inbound course, the 30 nautical mile line, inbound to the final approach fixed leg. And over here now we can see that we've got the ILS and the glide slope, a little bit higher on the glide at the moment, but we're doing everything we can to fix that. And then we got our inbound course on the right side of the Garmin 5 G500 as well. So yeah, bit of speed brake, keeping a bit of power on, vectors to final, all looking like it should.
India Juliet.
So we're established on the localizer, where our speed's good. We've got 25 inches of manifold pressure set, and we are just coming up on the glide path. So we've got about 135 knots. Gear down speed is 165 knots, so we've got plenty of space. Plenty of speed below that. So here comes the glide. Gear's going down. One stage of flaps going down. 1, 2, 3 greens. No reds. Flaps are set. Fantastic. Lewis is just turning on the fuel pump, I should say. Mixture's gone rich, and the prop's going forward when we need to, but it generally tends to stay mostly forward on the Mirage anyway. And now the autopilot there has gone into glide slope mode, indicated on the panel. So we're now coming down. It's not doing an amazing job, it's doing an okay job. We're pretty much on course and on the glide, and we're starting to descend.
Great, so here we are on the ground in Schwäbisch Hall in Germany. We're just to the north of Stuttgart, and fuel guys waiting for us, ready to fuel the aircraft as soon as we got on the ground. So we've got about half an hour here before our next flight plan out, and just going to top up the Mirage and then head over to the terminal, pay our landing fee and pay for the fuel, and then we'll be on our way over to Gloucester.
Okay, so Frankfurt Hahn just below us. We're now en route from Schwäbisch Hall to Gloucester, and on this route we've decided just to go to flight level 100 or 10,000 feet. A couple of reasons being is that we're getting a true airspeed of about 179, 180 knots with a 12 knot headwind. And because generally the piston aircraft tend to operate at the same sort of fuel flow, about 22 gallons an hour, if we went up to flight level 200, then we'll probably be getting about 200 knots, or maybe about 195, but the wind is actually 10 knots stronger up there, so in fact we're not really be gaining a massive amount, plus the fact that it's going to take us maybe another 15-20 minutes to actually climb up there as well. So therefore we've decided to stay at flight level 100. As you can see outside, the weather's pretty good, and the time to run now is 2 hours and 22 minutes to our destination. So in fact there was no major big deal with us actually travelling down at a slightly lower level, plus the fact that when we tried to look on ForeFlight at our routings and on Garmin Pilot as well, we found that the routings that were at higher level were taking us further south, and then they were also going to be about 70 miles further. So in fact this time we've elected to stay down slightly lower, and everything seems to appears to be exactly as planned. So just passing Frankfurt Hahn, so Frankfurt is slightly further out to the north out there, but routing out towards Belgium and then over the English Channel in towards the UK. On the Malibu we have a very good weather radar on the aircraft, but we don't have any iridium satellite data link. So what we have in this aircraft is the ADL 120, which is connected to Lewis's iPad, and also we have the Flightstream 510, which is in here as well, which links the 750 to the iPad, and then through Garmin Pilot or ForeFlight we can load the flight plan in, but also from the Garmin 750 it will also download the flight plan into the ADL 120, which is now connected also with the aerial up here to the weather system, and then it's going to give us all the weather, the winds as it picks it up. And now we're just looking, even though we're still over Belgium, we're just looking at our weather at Gloucester. So if you had a G1000 or G3000 with an iridium system, or if you're in the States with NexRad, you'd have the weather, but we don't have it in this aircraft. But this system with the ADL 120 picking up our weather at Gloucester, even though we're over Belgium, is going to give us a really great bit of information, and then it also shows precipitation and winds and thunderstorms and anything that might be of use to us while we're flying. So yeah, so this is a great additional bit of weather information for us on there, and it's actually connected to iridium with the GPS there. So yeah, really useful if you've got an aircraft that doesn't have the iridium system already built in.
Not yet, sir.
Making good progress at the moment. We've got the Netherlands just on our starboard wingtip, and then we're over top Belgium. In fact, we're just clipping into the Netherlands and then back into Belgium again, and there's the English Channel in front of us, United Kingdom on the other side, and we're currently about an hour and 18 minutes to run to Gloucester, so can't really get many more shortcuts as we cross the UK because it's pretty much a straight line, but all going well, so yeah.
Delta 271 Kilo Brussels control radar contact, continue present heading and descend to flight level.
Heading 180 degrees. Turn left heading 180 degrees, low down rush 344 Charlie. Low to rush 344 Charlie, climb flight level 160. Climb flight level 160, low down rush 344 Charlie.
So here we are, made it to Gloucester, about 3 hours back from Schwäbisch Hall, and so we're in Gloucester. My car's in Fair Oaks, so this SR22 needs to get back to Fair Oaks, so we're going to use this as a bit of a taxi ride for us to get back from Gloucester back to Fair Oaks. So can't be bad. M500, Mirage, and now an SR22 Turbo to take us home.
Every season till the end of the world, every moment, all the memories unfurl. I was chasing the shadows, they were slipping right out of my hands, but I leave.
Right. Very fantastic day, you know, direct from Rome here to Fair Oaks.
I know.
It's been a long day, but fantastic.
Yeah, it's all good. So we're back here in Fair Oaks, use the SR22 to get home, and so collect our cars. I'm going to go home. Lewis is going to head back and get a commercial flight back to Rome. So so fantastic few days. Been really, really good, and we've been blessed with some fantastic weather. So
and
thanks
food.
to Lewis, and food.
Yeah.
Can't complain about the food.
All right.
So catch you later.
Bye.